Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. I am doing okay. So, last Tuesday, we started working on the Friday before that, I believe we started working on our journal, the beginner of a junk journal. And then Friday, we were supposed to continue it. But Friday, I had two videos come out, and I did not want to have a live stream posted at the same time of the video. So I said we'll work on the journal today and probably Friday. Well, I have a true confession. I have no desire to work on the junk journal. Zero desire. And not because I think junk journals are not great. I just don't want to work on it because I didn't get a chance through no fault to anyone but, myself. I didn't do all the things I wanted to do. But we're just going to work through this as if, we are collecting and doing stuff ourselves. Good morning, Heather. Hope you're doing well. And we're going to just chug along because sometimes you got to do stuff even if you don't want to do it, right? So I just have the stuff that we started out with. And I do not think we're going to use that one and a few of these from the kit, the paper pad, because I even think I misplaced some papers. So we're gonna have to just move forward and work through that. And I think we'll do our binding on Friday, regardless on how I mentally feel about the junk journal or not. We're just gonna work through it. And I think today would be a good day to just talk about some of the things that stop or hinder me from being a crafty crafter all the time versus why I feel like I need to craft all the time. So people is one of the main reasons why I don't craft all the time. And people is one of the reasons why I think I need to be crafting all the time. If you've ever seen a meme or a comment about I need to craft so I don't hurt people, that is definitely my mentality sometimes when I am creating. Like I haven't cut a piece of paper, I haven't, coiled a sheet of paper, colored anything. And I think I need to do that. I always feel like that is a good thing to do. If you're not crafting, then, if you're not a crafter, people do other things. They go out, they hang out with stuff. Happy birthday, Nix. I know your birthday was a couple of days ago, but happy birthday, ma'am. I hope your birthday was amazing. It snuck up on me when I saw it. I was like, oh no, I have to make her something. So I'm gonna get something made for you and sent out in the mail. Maybe a card because you are moving. So I don't know. I don't even know. What would you like? What would you like? Tell me what you like. You can text me and tell me, and we'll work on it from there. All right. So, and also, Nix, I'm gonna have to write you. I have a humongous, not a huge question, but a question to ask you. So here we are. We did this last Friday, and we ended it. This is just some. Well, we did this last week as well as. Okay, camera. Uh, we did this last week as well as the week before last. I did take my mat off and wash it, and you see it still looks like I don't care about my mat. I'm gonna have to find some glue off, some glue gun maybe, and use that. But we made these little cards, and we're going with blooms, wings, and things. Blooms, I'm not sure, but that is that. I'm gonna be more proactive with my announcements too. You're very welcome, ma'am. I always try to make. I'm slacking right now in the gift crafty department, but I'm working on it. I promise. I don't like to be behind. So I think this was our first one. We said it's our first one. I don't even remember that. I should have went back and rewatched the video. I know this is the middle. This is how we'll do it. I'll write a tiny little one right here in the spine. One, three. The reason I'm writing in the spine, it won't matter at the end of it. It will not matter because it's going to be covered up. All right. So now, have you all been working on your junk journal? Did you gather all your stuff? If you haven't, and if you have, What have you decided for your spine? I said we're using a cereal box. Are you going to use fabric or paper? Oh, well. I mean, I could try to help you take some stuff if that's what you want. I don't know if that's a good present to you or not, but I misplaced some of my Julie Nutting stamps, so I'm behind again. Good morning, Samara. I hope you're doing well today. So I have to go and find them. I don't know what I did with them. So we're gonna use this flower. I don't know. We might not use the flower. It's a little bit dark, even though it's a beautiful flower. It's not. Oh, dyed paper. That is cool. Or did you buy it off of Etsy? I was supposed to put Denise's information in that thing. We're gonna do this one. It says you have my whole heart. We'll cover that up. Let's see. We're just gonna pull out some pretty colors. And I was thinking, do you like to see the step-by-step process of this, or would you like to see it complete? I know how Nyx feels. She's like, you can do a little bit and then finish it. Do a little bit and then finish it. I know some people like to see the start to finish. I am a start to finish person myself because I feel like some people do craft witchcraft. Not bad, not saying in a negative way. Like they snap their fingers and they have 50 junk journals and they say, oh, I just started this today. And I finished it up yesterday. So I always worry. I always want to see the process. I like seeing the process. We're going to use this one, Bliss. Yeah, we'll use that. These are pocket pages or either Project Life cards. Yeah, you've told me a few times. The thing is I have to find a happy medium, so I always try to give a little bit of everything versus not. And sometimes I just like to show the project. I have a project like that for the um how do I love thee that I need to just share because I don't want to make it. It's a 4-hour process, and I don't want to redo it at all. But I need to make more. All right, so we got these cards out, and this one says travel memories. Let's see what's on the back. We'll do travel memories. These you don't have to use them the way this will be perfect for us. Oh no, we're going to waste a suitcase. The way that they are sent to you, you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want, when you purchase them because at the end of the day, this is your money, your card. You do it however you want. I think that's enough color. I do have some ink we'll be using on there. And then I think I told you all about these beautiful things that you probably are familiar with if you've ever attended any type of schooling, flashcards, to remember something. You may have made flashcards. You may have purchased flashcards. Now they have a flashcard maker online. You just type in the stuff or copy and paste the stuff in, and it will create the flashcards for you. I feel that's a little bit on the great and lazy side. When you write the things out, you tend to remember them more. That's what the scientists say. I'm not a scientist, so I can't be sure because I didn't wrote a flashcard when I was learning medical stuff. How many chambers in the heart? Which lung has the oxygenated blood? Which lung doesn't? All that wonderful craft medical stuff that I'm sure could have been done effectively a different way. Can we do this? No, we can't. All right, so we have our these things. Index cards. All right, so now we need to just regroup a little bit. We did say that we're going to do 10 pages, but then I think I shortened it because I didn't want all the pages hanging out of the thing. So we got this book. This is done. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is our centerpiece. So that's 8. We don't want to put another centerpiece like this in. So we're going to put that to the side. And then we have these. And I think I want to put Hello Spring right on the front of here like this. And I don't know what stopped me last week. I guess I was tired. I'm not sure. Today will be a short stream. So I went to a store to buy something for my son's classmate who's having a birthday party this weekend, that we're going to go to. And it's a craft store, where people buy, they make craft stuff and sell it. And the bill was $88. And I was like, that's a lot of money because I'm so cheap. The lady charged me $11 twice instead of $1. They're closed on Sunday and Monday, so I'm gonna go back today and get a refund. All right, so we got this one, and let's do this. I don't know what I did with the papers, which is not a good thing. Not a good thing. We'll start off with that 1, 2. And I was like, that is a lot of money. Knowing my cheap self, I knew something was wrong. I should have checked the receipt then, but I didn't. But that's okay. They know me, so I can always, I can get. Hopefully, it's no big deal. If it is a big deal, then I'll come back and talk trash about them with y'all, and we'll just move on. We'll move on. I do want to talk about something. So every time I get ready to come on live, it seems like it's something that's going crazy in my life, right? So my computer, I got a message about the computer that something was going to be going away on the computer. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think these are the things that we have pulled out. If not, these are the things we're going to use today. Um, and I was like, oh crap. I told my other like nerdy friends about the computer. And I was like, why would they sell a computer? I think I just bought the computer, either 19 or 20. Um, and now it's something wrong with it. It's not anything wrong with it. They're discontinuing service on it. And I was like, why would they sell a computer that they're going to stop servicing like that? And, I was telling her. So I contacted the place I got the computer from, and they sent me to another person. They sent me to the sales department. Then I called another number. I said, I was directed to you, blah, 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 blah. And, I could not understand the man at all. Like, I have a hard time understanding accents already. I'm always like leaning in. Like, if you're talking to me in my face, I'm looking at you and I'm trying to understand what you're saying. But I did not understand him. And he was like this. I was like, this is my worst nightmare. Not only could I not understand him, was in my ear. And I'm like, this man has a cold. That's the only thing I could think of. I wasn't even thinking about what I needed to get serviced. I'm like, he has a cold. What in the world is going on? So he says, okay, well, we're gonna run the software to see if you have any viruses. And he runs that, and this is like at 8:15, right? 8:15, 8:20ish. I look at the clock on a computer, and he says, now we're going to remove some of the junk off the computer. I was like, sir, why are you doing that? He says, didn't you say something was wrong with your security? I'm like, no, that's not what I said. I said, I don't think you're understanding me. And at that point, I'm like, oh crap. I don't want to be offensive because, he does have an accent. I'm like, oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. I said, no, this is what I'm trying to say. And he's like, oh, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about that. Just because it doesn't update don't mean the computer won't keep working. I said, are you sure? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, thank you very much. And so by this time it's like 8:40, right? And I'm like, oh crap. So I log on because right at this time I'm already having a bad morning, like literally having a bad morning. I come home and the big roommate is screaming my name, calling my cell phone. And I'm like, why do you scream my name like that? I've told you that I do not like this. And he was like, I just wanted to make sure it was you. And I was like, you could have just, I said, why would you call and then scream my name? So I'm having a bad experience with that. And I'm like, oh, I got to get this computer situation fixed, blah, 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 blah. And it's 8:40. I make the notification that I'm going to be live today. And I'm like, do I really want to do a junk journal? Or can we just stamp out some images and color them up and just call it a morning? I have to find the receipt with the $80 overcharge fee, right? I'm like, oh God, today is not going to be my day. That's what I'm thinking. Uh, Needless to say, the guy, even though he was breathing heavy and he had a very thick accent, he was able to help me. He helped me, which is really all I needed to do. But I was already in a funky mood. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll get there. I'll get there. And I was like, okay, fine. Everything is going great. So I come to log on and make sure the camera's set up, the lighting is right, et cetera, et cetera. And the way I scheduled the video is through a streaming service. I don't use OBS to stream. I just use straight the camera and move on. So I have to delete that stream and yeah, do another one. So anyway, the thing about the junk journal is I really want to make the junk journal, right? Because I want to, in my head, in my life, I feel like I should be able to make 3 or 4 junk journals, maybe even 10 junk journals a month. I've made no junk journals this year, and I don't think I made any last year, maybe 2. So I'm behind. So this is helping you all as well as me to just get on the good foot. But at the same time, I told myself, just do it. And if you don't like it, then you can stop and do something else. But this is a beginner junk journal. So it doesn't have to be super fancy. It's just a basic junk journal. We went to the pool, we dried off, we went and got food, our food is settled, and now we're sticking our toes back in the water to get reacclimated. And that's what this junk journal is. It's just a basic beginner journal. So I told myself that that's what I would do. So anyway, yeah, long story short, this morning, even though it's barely 9 o'clock, was bananas for me, right? Because I still have a whole, I need to get my son some new shoes. I need to get some water from Sam's Club. I need to take that thing back. Hopefully they don't give me like a bunch of grief about it. I need to do the junk journal. And then I have a question for you all. Would you be willing to do a challenge with me? You don't have to report to me. You don't have to tell me what you've done. It's just a start and finish date, right? So the start date would be April 1st, for example. And the end date would be whatever date we decide. And is for cards. I need to make more cards. I have a lot of stamp sets and dies that I don't use. And so I've been feeling bad about having stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4 that I'm not using, and either I need to get rid of it or use it, right? So this is wrong. I do want to keep this as a centerpiece, so we'll move this one to the next sheet. Would you all be willing to do that challenge with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was rough. Needless to say, it was rough. But overall, it turned out to be great. It's a great morning. I'm here with you all. I'm having a great time. You all are cracking up at my experience, which is always a plus, right? I do love this page. And I think, I've seen people talk about their cards and things like that. That's why you make them, ma'am. You make them to get better. You know what? I'm late with everything. So a fun, depressing, a depressing fact about me. Um, I'm not good. I'm not good at that stuff anymore. Before my mother passed away, I was always on it. I was always on it. I was always like the person that remembered dates and all that stuff. And Once she passed, I was just like, I don't care. Who cares? I don't care. So I kind of stopped being that person. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Let's do 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think, did I count 8 in the last one? That's 7, 8 right there. Let's see. So I've been trying to get back. I don't like to say I'm going to do something and haven't done it. I like to try to, keep my word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we got 8, 9. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need one more sheet of paper. Do we have 2 lines? The main thing is to have 2 lines of paper in here. So let's talk about that. So I have always wanted to purchase kits, right? Card making kits. Like with these little ephemera pieces and the card base, and then you just cut out a layout, cut out a card front. But I also think, this is just my opinion, that if you've ever bought the Anna Griffin card kits from Tuesday Morning, that was a bit on the cheater, very beginner cards in my opinion, because you don't do anything. You just take the sheets of paper and glue them on top basically, and then you're done. And I didn't really care for that. I was like, that's it? Like, that's all you got to do? You just take some foam dots and put it on there. So I think for card making and card makers, it is many card makers. It's some that are amazing and you want to just cut their hands off so they're not great anymore. And then it's people that suck at it, that think they're great. And then it's everyone in between. I think as long as you try, you're good to go, right? I think sometimes we are very, very mean to ourselves, like too critical. Because I think you make amazing stuff, and you're always like, I don't like it. I'm like, it's beautiful though. Like, I've seen people on Facebook do that too. I'm like, well, do you need my address? Because if you don't like it, I definitely have a spot in my heart for it. I love it. I'm just trying to crease these things down more. That's why I'm taking them back out again. Um, I've watched some people make some cards. I'm like, wow, that is interesting. And then I watch people make cards. I'm like, ooh, I love that. It's so amazing. So I think it just depends. And the more you do, the better the better you are at it. Um, so yeah. So anyway, my morning has been great. I've learned a lot about myself, um, which is always a good thing. I learned that my patience level is not the greatest when you're screaming my name. And yeah, interesting. It's just us here, right? And whoever's gonna watch this video at the end, if anybody goes back and rewatches it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more sheet of paper. I know I folded one and took it out. I didn't care for that paper too much. It was not what I was mentally going for. I think it's just us, right? It's just us. Some people are over. Some people are the kind of people that's like, oh my God, look, this is so perfect, and it's all off. and they really believe that. And there's other people like, oh, this is all right. And then there's some people that make amazing things and they never believe that it's amazing. Even after someone says, oh my God, that's amazing. They're like, are you sure? I don't like it. I know I could do better. Well, you know what? We could all do better. But I think for women, you got to take the compliment. You got to take the compliment, and you got to stop being, as a whole. You got to stop being so hard on yourself. Because I think the minute you start, beating yourself up is the minute you stop liking and doing certain things. Does that make sense? I have a doily that I really want to use, and it's not the ones I use in the jewelry making collab. We got one, two. I like that. I like this. These look good together. I think what we're gonna do though, because I like these like this. We're gonna turn this inside out. I think that I've definitely made crap crafts before. And when I made them, I was like, oh, this is amazing. I love it. And over time, I'm like, ooh, let's just put this in the trash. And other times I've made things, I'm like, oh, this is hideous, it's ugly. And I went back a year or two later, I'm like, oh, I did pretty good. Why were you so hard on yourself last year or a year before last? I just think that, it's easy for us to um, crap on ourselves when it's already a lot of people are already doing that. We don't need that negativity in our life. Um, it's not needed. It's definitely not needed. Is this the right page? Right side should add sword side. So I like this. We're gonna make this a centerpiece. Ooh yeah, let's do that. So can you see that little gold right here? So I told y'all last week this is all acrylic paint. So if you ever go to the Wally World or whatever store you have near you that has acrylic paint and you want to try it for 50 cents or on sale for, cheap or whatever, grab some and try it out. I am not enabling you to do that. I do want to say that if you all are not following Deb Hoke on her on her jewelry channel and you make jewelry, why not? Because she makes some amazing jewelry. She's very knowledgeable. She will teach you without you having to say, how do you do that? I enjoy that about her knowledge of jewelry and beads. So the reason why I said this is because she influenced me to want to go to Hobby Lobby and look in the clearance section for some jewelry stuff. Even though I don't need any, I have to go now because now it's in my brain. You got to go to Hobby Lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I agree, Heather. I don't know. I don't know. When you see people's creation, you're like, you made that. I'm so jealous. But then you're like, no, I'm not, because I get to see how wonderful you make it and how great you are. Like the collaboration, of all the collaborations I've ever been in, it has to be the jewelry one. At first it was jewelry making fun. No, jewelry fun making jewelry. I think that's the first one we did, which was in 19, and then we did one, or maybe 18 in 2018. Then we did, yeah, it was 2019. And then we did one last year. We did one in 2020 called Jewelry Making Fun, and then it's continued. So I think this is our 4th year, just on a different name. And when I tell you the ladies, I'm a student. I'm a student in this collaboration. I am a student. I'm making stretchy cards. These people are making wire wrap jewelry from, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I say that because we can always be hard on ourselves and be like, oh, I can't do it. I never say, oh, I suck at this and everyone else is better. I'm just like, yes, I get these free classes from these wonderful people and they're not charging me for it, and I love it. Right? That's how I look at it. I'm a student, right? So here we go. We got our 3 signatures. We will sew on Friday. We will not sew today. And so now what I'm going to do is we're going to go through here. I did not grab my stamps. That's okay. We will get through this. And we're going to just put things closer to the edges versus the center, because we're going to work on the book and then we'll put the book together and then we'll go through. Usually once I put the book together, I'm like, it's a done deal. And also I asked earlier, I almost asked, I didn't finish it. Have you picked your material for what your book cover is going to look like? I haven't. I do know that I want to put fabric on the inside. And since you are using I'm using a cereal box. I don't know if you're using whatever you're using. If you're using something that's not a cereal box or whatever, and um, it's a clean folder, you're good to go. But if it's not clean, if it has like Captain Crunch on there, you may want to do a layer of gesso or a layer of just white paint or blue paint or whatever. I plan on doing a layer of scrapbook paper, and then on the inside it will be brown. So I'm going to do some fabric. What fabric, I don't know yet, but I do plan on using some fabric. All right, so we have this going on here. We have our pages, and I didn't bring the stamps that I wanted to bring here. So what I'm going to do is go through these pages first. We're going to pull out all our stuff that we have gathered up. We gathered these things up. We're going to stamp these today, stamp or sticker today. And we're going to use that as a go by, but we don't need that now. Well, not a go by, the template. That's a go by, right? And we're just going to move on. Since it is a easier journal to use, a basic beginner journal, we don't need to go over the top. Like I said, this cannot be book 1. And I did that, didn't I? Okay, that's fine. This will be book 3. No worries. Signature 3. And this is signature 1. If you know me, I like to put junk in here. Like some lined paper or something. So that's what we're going to do real quick. So now we're working on how we want the aesthetics, basically the aesthetics of our journal. And we're going to take a sheet of paper, 2 sheets of paper. We're going to take some cream. We're going to take cream and then some lined paper. That's fine. Maybe one day. I think junk journals are, for me at least, they were very, very, I was scared. I was afraid. At first I was petrified. How could I go on? But now I'm back. Excuse my head. I'm trying to get my trimmer from under my desk. All right. So what we're gonna do, since this is, it's 8.5 by 11, the papers that we're using, we're gonna cut this in half, 5 by 5. We're gonna cut it a little bit shorter, so we're gonna do 5 1/4. 5 1/4. All right. And then we're going to just cut off a sliver of paper. Whatever your sliver size is your sliver size. You know what? We do a little bit of everything, right? We crack jokes. We do impersonations. And apparently, yes, we sang. No, I can't sing at all. I sound like not good. We'll leave it at that. Okay. And I'm gonna cut this off. So now we need to make this a little bit shorter. And since I want the edges to be fairly clean, I'm just gonna cut a little bit inside that, right? I'm gonna cut right inside of this margin, right? You remember that? Right? Stay inside the margin. I am doing that right now with the kiddo. And I am doing 2 pieces of paper just in case we decide that we want to put another one of these on the other side of our one of the insides of our books. Let's see. Our signature's not book. I keep calling it a book. All right. We will not need that border. So let's see. Let's make sure it's gonna work. Yes, it will work great. If you have some lace and ribbon and you want to use that, I would suggest pulling it out. So we're gonna cut here. Okay. So you have a lot of tools that you didn't even know you had, right? You can use your thumb for a lot of stuff. Your nails. All right, here we go. Now, before I do that, I do want to ink up the edge a little bit on our book. You know, I pulled out some not brown ink, and guess what? I moved it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have a workstation downstairs as well as a workstation. My craft space is actually upstairs, but I haven't been in there crafting. And I went in there and it was like all my craft stuff was like, you don't like us anymore? Why don't you come in here and play with us? And I was like, I'll be back, I promise. But I'm setting up this area as a streaming location. So when I do my live streams, I won't be upstairs. I'll be here because I plan on streaming video gameplay, not here on the YouTube channel. But I need to have it set up. I don't want to have a computer in my craft space. Hopefully that makes sense. I want to have the computer in another location because I don't want to go in my craft room and do work, right? And by work, I mean, I don't want to go in the craft room and have to do taxes in the craft room. That's, in my opinion, that's like depressing. But you know, people do whatever they want to do. Excuse the table shake. So that's the goal. That is the goal. What are you doing? I'm inking the edges in case you're wondering. And the reason why I'm inking the edges because we want to cover up the manila a little bit. Not all of it, but some of it. So yeah, I enjoy the jewelry. My most favorite one is definitely the jewelry crafting because I don't know how to make jewelry that well. So I always, as I become an adult over the years, and now I'm much more mature than any of my friends probably would have ever thought I would be. Because I'm not the person that plays games and stuff like that. When it comes to doing life stuff, I'm much more serious. I was always much more serious than they were about certain things. Just because, you know, if you work harder, if you have to work harder, not that you're working harder than other people, but if you have to work hard, you tend to um, have more things to lose, right? If you're working harder than other people when you are creating. And so, as you know, as I've grown into the person that I am, I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about the things that I like and don't like. So, what am I saying? What am I talking about? I forgot. I don't remember. I'll come back to it. When the thought hits me, we'll circle back to it. Is it about being serious? No. Working hard? I don't remember. I don't recall. Ah yeah. My brain. Jewelry, crafting. I've learned that see how that did not work that well. But I've learned that the only way that I can overcome not knowing something, not being able to do something is by challenging myself to do it. Right. I'm looking for something to smooth the paper down. I do have my tools in the tool thing, but you know, I didn't put that up. I didn't clean up my space like I was supposed to. And so now it's a little bit of a struggle, but that's okay. We'll get through it. I've told myself the only way you can fight this issue that you may be having is to take it head on, and that You know, that doesn't always bode well with some people and myself at times. Because sometimes I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I can't do it. I'm nervous. But you know what? You face it, you do it. Even if you suck at it, you've got it done and it's done and over. So that's why I like the jewelry collaboration. Yep. My brain is working. The synapses are firing. I just can't find all my tools, even though I have them. Okay, we'll just work through it. So hopefully that makes sense. Like sometimes you just do it. You know, you work through it, you do it, and if it comes out, oh no, hold on, we need to stamp. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a stamp. I'll grab the stamps that we're gonna do. So go grab your stamps if you're crafting with me. If you're not, go grab your stamps. No one's gonna know that you have taken a 10, 20, 30-minute break to cut paper and stamp images. I'll be right back. Let's see. Let's give you something better to look at than that. How about this? Let's give a positive affirmation. Everyday moments. We need those, right? Enjoy every day. One of a kind. There we go. I'll be right back. All right. So what I'm about to share with you, I got these in a D stash or maybe a purchase from a, like a craft store or whatever. So I got this. I didn't. I didn't get it for this project, but I got these a long time ago. And then I got this. Remember, I did that haul from AC Moore. I think this was in it. Yes, right. Before I went to, when I went to, where did I go? North Carolina in 2018. So I want to see if we can get this to work real quick on here. Well, it's going to work. But it says fabric stamp. I've never used fabric stamps as regular stamps. I assume that they work the same. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's a stamp. So we're going to just stamp these little corners right here. And we'll see how this works out. Still viable. So yeah, let's see. And I think I'm going to use, this. The reason why I want to use this ink versus the other ink is because I'm going to be putting some glue on it and I don't want it to, is this not working? Is this thing on? I don't want it to run when I put the glue on it. I want it to just be stable. Let's see. This may be the end for this ink pad. I want to start writing the day I open things. That way I'll know how old it is. Because I've been using this since I came back to Texas in 2018. It's going to be a good session, y'all. I almost dropped it on myself. Yes. Always a good session. If you spill, break, drop, plunder, anything like that. Always a good inky session. Got some on my fingertips just now. We're in the money. All right, so we're just gonna okay, let's see. So we're gonna have to take this here. Yep, nope, not working. You see that? Not working. Not working at all. Let's just pull out another stamp set and move on. We don't have time to be stressing about those types of things. So I'm going to pull out another stamp set and keep it moving. The image, I was going to say, did not have to be perfect because I wanted it to be a second generation stamp anyway. But I still needed the image to stamp out, and the image didn't stamp out at all. So here we are. Oh, we don't even need that. I'm using my hand for this whole entire project. So keep that in mind. Because we don't want a clean image. We just need an image, right? All right, so that looks better. And here we go. Have you ever heard of Iron Orchard Designs? Iron Orchard Designs? I think I've shared with you one project that I did, so that looks cool. And we're just going to do this other side really quickly. And we're going to do a light inking. Stamp off. Oh, we need to do more. Okay, and here we go. Yes, that's pretty. That's pretty. All right, so here we go. And this is that, like that. I like it. What do y'all think? Y'all like it? Were y'all worried? Were you holding your breath? You know, I hold my breath a lot of times when I'm crafting, so. I am using 3-in-1 glue. I've decided that that is my new favorite glue for thin paper projects. I still think that Aleene's is the better glue. Yeah, they have a YouTube channel and they really do like decor and things like that. But I had spent some money on some of their stamps from this local shop, and the stamps were not cheap. They were butterfly, of course, butterfly and something else. And I love the images. They're huge, very huge images to put on projects and stuff. Uh, if you have something that you can flatten your finger with, not your hand, I do recommend it. I can't find mine for some odd reason. I can't find it, but that's okay. No worries. We're not stressing over that kind of stuff. All right. I'm gonna be switching out my desk real soon. A couple of days. All right. So we got that, and you see how this just looks totally different now with these edges inked up and these images on there. It looks like this was actually planned. These kind of go together, which is always a good thing. You want to go and look in your craft collection and see what actually could go with the other stuff that you've already purchased. Now, I do want you to know that if you decide to work on these projects, and if you're gonna put stuff close to your spine, be mindful of that whenever you're working on it. You want this to be where it will close, because remember, this is how this paper should look once we get it in there. This should close. I'm going to erase this 3 because it's now 1. And we're going to go from there. Yeah, this glue, well, blame it on Stamp Girl. She influenced me to buy it. It's a good glue. I really like it. I try not to use it a lot because it's not a cheap glue. But if someone asked me like my top glues for different things, I would definitely put that in there. And I think that Beacon is a good product in itself. So I don't think you have to worry about the quality of it. I do think that you should only get it if you have a 50% off coupon at Joann Fabric and go there and get it though. Or if it's on sale somewhere. I would not recommend just walking up into the store and buying it with no coupon. And Aleene's is inexpensive and I think it does a great job. If you do paper projects, especially card making and things like that, I think it will work out great for you. All right, so these match, these colors match. It's not, this is more yellow than the camera is making it come out to be. So we're gonna do that and gonna turn our page. So this page is a little bit on the not so pretty side. And how you fix that is you make it pretty with whatever you want to do, right? So for example, I think our running flower, our running stamp will be this Unity stamp right here. And it doesn't have to be a good impression of the stamp, right? You know, I told y'all before on the Facebook group, I don't make resolutions, but I do have goals. And one of my goals was to influence people to buy more stuff. I wrote that. All right. So I'm not ashamed to say good job. You did it. All right, so we're going to put this to the side, hopefully not make another mess. And now we have all of this going on. If you don't like how it came out, like this is darker and this is lighter, you can't really tell it. That's fine. You could always adjust it to your liking, but this is our spine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work on some other stuff really quickly. So we're going to take this and we're going to make a little mini book out of this. Yeah, that's my goal this year, to make people spend their money on things that they think that they will enjoy. And the thing is, I'm not ashamed of it. So I can't, I can't be bullied. I can't, no bullying into saying you made me buy this. No, I did not go into your bank account and say buy it. You did that. So if I'm a good influence on you for spending your money on something that makes you happy, I will gladly take that responsibility. No more of the days of me saying, I didn't make you do it. If you're saying that I made you do it and you're happy, I'm happy for you. Good job. Good job. So we're going to be using these little flowers. We're going to try to work this up as we go. Okay. So I've done one of these little mini books before. If you all remember a while back, I did that. This one's going to be slightly different. Just trying to find I have a plain sheet I have some plain sheets of scrap papers that I pulled out and left out. And now they are hiding from me, of course. It's okay though. We'll use this. Will this work? Is this for a card base? Oh, that's a card base. Let's just pull out a sheet of paper. Well, I'll never set that goal because that would be heartbreaking for me. I'm not good at setting those kind of goals. What I say is I'll try not to buy so much. I'll try not to spend so many. And I've been doing really good this year for a multitude of reasons. None I'm going to get into, but I've been doing really good. Not buying some. I did recently make a purchase. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just want to read this so people, I don't know if I have it where you can see the live chat after it's been. It says, my goal is to not buy any more crafts by Samara. My next statement from Samara is place the scrapbook.com order on Sunday. Nick says she want to sell some of her craft stuff. I say some because she said 90%. Oh, that's heartbreaking. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this. I think this is 5 inches. And we're going to measure out 5, a little bit more than 5. Okay. A little bit more than 5. And what's this? 4.5. 5 by 3. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit more than 3. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you have, but if you know, I'm willing to buy some of your junk because I trust you in these D-stash streets more than I trust other people. Um, but I'm always looking for stamps. And I'm looking for a few stamp and die sets. Christmas stuff will always get me my ears perked. A lot of the seasons. I'm not big into St. Patrick's Day. So Christmas, Valentine's, and probably Christmas, Valentine's, and Halloween are my three biggest. I'm gonna buy these things. Floral stuff will always get my money as well. So we're gonna glue this down because we want this little page to be a little sturdier. Just in case the person decides to write in here, we want it to be sturdy. I do need to go to the $1.25 store. They have something that I can only find there. Yeah. I never knew you had as much craft stuff as you have, Nyx, until you started doing those D-stashes. Like Nyx does really good jewelry stuff too. I don't know why. She's very her jewelry crafts are beautiful as well. So it's always funny how you bump into people and meet them on YouTube, and then you can't get rid of them, right? Like y'all stuck with me now, unless y'all stop talking to me. Just burnishing this down with my finger because I guess I could use this marker. That's what I have. Use what you have, right? Use what you have. Use what you have. All right, so we're going to fold this over in half like that. We've made a little book. We should have let this dry a little bit, but we didn't because she's impatient sometimes. So now we're going to take this stamp again, ink it up. Remember, this is a junk journal. Does not have to be perfect unless you want it to be perfect. And if you want it to be perfect, then good. Yeah. Yeah. Right. This is great. We're going to ink up these edges a little bit with this blue because it matches. So apparently it's bad weather. So if you're in those areas, please be careful. A lot of my friends have reached out to me asking me about the bad weather. I was like, is it bad weather? Because I didn't know that it was bad weather. So my friend put, you woke up, alien invasion happened, you playing The Sims. I was like, that's pretty much what happened yesterday. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, butterflies, birds, just we can talk later. It's no big deal right now. We can talk about it right now. I do have a question for you all. Not trying to enable you. Have you seen Whimsy Stamp's newest release? Now, I'm not into falling. I probably will never be a faller, but mm, they have some pretty cool stuff right now, and I think they may be getting my money soon. Maybe. We'll see. All right, so we're going to have 3 little pages inside of this book. And what I want to try and do, hold this over. Oh, good, good. So we can talk about it and I won't have to feel like I'm trying to get y'all to go to that page. I'm not affiliate with them at all. But the new release, oh my goodness. I really want to get some of it. Like the old buzzard, I thought that was cool. I won't buy that because, none of my friends are buzzards. Now if it had said like you old chick or something like that, I like it. I really like the big rubber bee stamp though. It's calling my name and I might have to respond to it. It's so pretty. Oh, you saw some whimsy stamp hauls? I thought you said you did some whimsy stamp hauls. Yeah, no, I'm not. I bought a few whimsy stamps back in the day, but I'm pretty much set in my craft ways on some of the things that I like and don't care for, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm not saying I don't care for whimsy. I'm just saying that I'm good on those things. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take these pages. I don't know why I inked them up. And we're gonna glue these in. I should have made a gusset. Okay. All right. I see that I'm working against myself right now. And not with myself, but I'm gonna turn that around right now. Those thoughts are no longer. We're gonna work with ourselves. All right. So I want it so bad. I need it in my life. I need it because I want it so bad. And if I don't get it, I'm just gonna be thinking about it continuously. I was gonna say, where is all of my supplies? Because we need this to be present. Okay, so we're gonna make this 1/2 inch. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna do this right here. This is not gonna work. We'll see. Doesn't work, that's okay. I mean, it's no big deal. Let's see. No. Wait, hold on. Okay, so who has it's another stamp company that has some really cute. This is not creased enough. So anyway, we're gonna crease this again. I didn't do a good job of creasing it. It's another stamp company that has some stuff, and I was like, oh, I could do an early birthday present, but I don't. It's just one stamp, so uh, shipping and handling is ridiculous right now in the craft community. So or in any community, I don't. I have to purchase X amount of dollars worth of stuff to get some of the things, or spend $10, for shipping. And I don't mind spending that $10 for shipping because I don't want to buy a $5 item or a $20 item and have to go up to $80 for shipping and handling. So I'm always, semi-conscious of that when I'm doing these purchases nowadays. So we made our little book. Hopefully it folds over on this side. Yep. And is it even is the question. It's a little bit off. We're gonna work on that. All right, so let's see. All right. So you see, we've made a little gusset. Me and these books, I swear. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put the first one in. We're just gonna cut these down some. And we're gonna use these scissors right here. These scissors are not the Fiskars scissors. I don't know where I got them from. Not the Dollar Tree though. So the reason why I said not the Dollar Tree is because if you do have scissors from the Dollar Tree, they still should work for you. It's not raining yet. That's what I had said. Some people said the weather was really bad in this area, and I was like, I haven't seen it, so I don't know what's going on. I asked my big roommate, and he was like, "Oh, that was yesterday." I was like, "I know it rained yesterday, but is the weather supposed to be bad?" You can't ask me a question sometimes. I hope you're doing great today, Marla. I do plan on going to your place of employment today. I think I have like 5 things I really want to do. I don't know if I'll get to all of them today. So yeah, the whimsy stamp. It's just one though. Even though I really want, I need to see. I even watch. I purposely watched their release video for March. I'm like, ooh, okay, because I'm not a fall presser. Okay, so full disclosure, right? What? She must have got the latest ones because I don't think there's any new ones. So she probably got the last new ones. Do you still have some of those ladies? I need some more. I've lost some of my stamps, so I don't know. You work in the frame department though, right? I'm not saying that you can't tiptoe over to the craft section. I was in Hobby Lobby, of course, because we're talking about it. But I was in Hobby Lobby a couple of weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, and someone was in the frame department giving the agent heck. And I was like, really? They were being more like annoying giving them heck versus for real giving them heck though. Like I was like, can you shut up, lady? I don't you know what? I feel like I don't know. I yes, maybe. That's all I can tell you right now. So I had almost all of them. I have a little spreadsheet that not a spreadsheet. I have a sheet of paper with all of the stamps, and I have all of them checked off, the ones that I needed, et cetera, the ones that I wanted, et cetera, et cetera. And now, today, present time, I went through them and like 10 are missing. And I'm like, this is not, is this really happening to me? Because I'm like, how is this happening? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, so what we're trying to do is create this little fun book. But what I did is I cut some of the cards down. I should have cut them down first and then did this, but that's okay. And so now what we're going to do is cut this down as well because we need a gusset and not like a little foldy book. Because it would work like that, but I don't want that. I want an actual gusset. Um, so we're going to just go here. Hold on. I'm thinking if I cut off that extra piece right here, it won't match the other side. It'll look a little bit odd. So I just need to redo it. Oh, did he pick his face up and keep it moving, Marla? I hope so. You don't mess with somebody just coming off of lunch, darling. All right. Let's see. We're going to fix this fold. Oh, that would have made me feel some kind of way if you had told me that. I'd be like, excuse me. But I would never stop and ask you where your mask was. Because that ain't none of my business. Like here, I went somewhere and I had on a mask, and people looked at me like I was wrong for wearing a mask. Like when you wear a mask, people just look at you like, you can't get vaccinated. That's how a lot of people look at me. You're not gonna get vaccinated, so you're just gonna walk around with that dumb mask on your face the whole time. That's how I feel like they're looking at me. And I'm like, if you get vaccinated, are you coughing, you nasty thing? Ooh, Marla, feisty. I love it. He probably was like, who is this woman? Yeah, it's not gonna work. We're gonna have to cut this off. Let's just do it before I regret it. And then I'm doing it with scissors of all things. probably didn't know he was like, listen, that lady over there is mean. Yeah. So as you can see, it's hanging out a little bit, and that is okay. I like it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some Aleene's tacky glue, and we're just gonna make a pretend bind. And a pretend bind is just putting glue right here on here. If you ever got a book that was messy, they probably do pretend binds too. You know, those books that they look like they should be fired. This is how our book is gonna look. And we're just gonna put it right in the center of that. And we have a book. So this is actually how they make books in real life. Not this fast. And they use probably some of that old, you remember that old timey glue? It had a rubber stopper at the top of it, and it was liquidy and clear. I love that glue. All right. So now we're just going to see if it opens and closes, which it does. Yay. But you see right here on this page, this glue is seeping out, which I knew it was going to do. So we're just going to take our handy dandy God-given wiper and wipe it off. Turn the page, do the same thing. Turn the page. If you ever have made a junk journal, you know that the junk journal part, the journal part is the easiest. The junking it up or making it into certain things is the labor. And I love that part. I love that part of the book. Like I love making the book. All right. So we have this. Now our book wants to act a little bit on the funky side. So we just need to adjust it. And watch. Did I put these upside down? No, she did it right. Give me some points for that. I need 3 points for doing it right. Listen, Marla is not to be bothered. She like, I just came from lunch. I haven't got my belch out. I'm trying to put my sack back up. I'm trying to go clock back in. And you want to ask me where my mask at when you don't have on a mask? Sir, please have several seats. Think about it and come back and talk to me. I love it. I love it. All right, so here we go. Our little book. I'm going to put that little book right here on the inside. And we're going to make another pocket. I think I'm going to make this pocket out of a butterfly, because I pulled some of those out too. So we have this uncolored butterfly that I think will look cute here. And I think we probably could make some those paperclip things. I'm not really good at those paperclip things, but we will try. I don't know. Maybe we can leave that blank. We'll leave this blank and a card or something. And then we'll put the book on another spot. It looks, that butterfly doesn't look like it's going to work out for us the way I wanted it to. So we got this and these two. I want to know what his reaction was. Like, did he walk away? Did he say, I can't believe this? I have never, like, what did he do in response to that? You got us on a right at the climax of the story, and you haven't said anything since. And I'm like, I need to know. All right, so you see how we stamped this up and now we're covering it up. That's okay. We know it's there. If this happens to fall off, which hopefully it won't, the person that's receiving it will know it's there too. Let's see. Oh, no. All right, so we're going to put this right here. We're going to use this quick drying glue. I know that I realized that I put a lot of pockets and tuck spots in journals. In real life, journals are not really like that, right? Journals usually have plain sheets of paper. So I feel like whoever created the title Junk Journal knew that we would be putting a lot of junk inside of it, even if it's made from quote unquote junk stuff. So I'm just burnishing this down, and this is really pretty like that. I love it. And now we're going to take some of our tags that we made and just stick them in. We're just going to do 2. All right. So there we go. And here we go. All right. And I do want to put a sticker, a saying, a sentiment or something right there. So I think I'm going to put joyful here. Do you all like to go to sometimes my brain works fast and other times it doesn't. Burlington used to be called Burlington Coat Factory. Now it's just Burlington. All right, so now we're going to put these words, a little page here. So I think I'm going to put bloom here if I can find the B. I always go for just my son, right? I don't go for myself because I just can't stand being let down when I'm looking for something and I can't find it. But considering I just normally wear t-shirts and sweats and jeans, I don't really replace my clothes that often. Like I guess if I had a job where I needed to wear clothes more frequently that were more casual or business type, I don't even know if I would go there for that. But I go there for my little guys' jackets. They tend to have decent sized jackets. I had got him this really beautiful jacket when he was a kid, a little baby. A kid, he's still a kid. It was thick and warm. And let me know if this sounds weird, okay? If I find something of good quality or value, what I tend to do is I'll buy like 2 or 3 of them in different sizes. So as he grows out of one, he can just keep the same one and grow into the next one. That's what I normally do for his clothes. So we're going to put bloom. Hopefully we have 2 O's and not, okay, we got 2 O's. Is this an O? Yeah, that's an O. And now we need an L. I usually just buy them like 2, 2 or 3 of the same jacket, just in, a couple sizes bigger. Because now his arms are long and his body is thin. Long legs, long arms. He's a boy, so he's looking gangly already. And his jacket fits him, just not in his arms. So it's like, same thing happened to me too. Like, this is where I like for my jacket to come, like right here. It's like right here on him. So he needs a new jacket. He likes that one because it has a little hood. And my jacket that I always wear has a hood on it as well. So he's like, I want a jacket with a hood on it, mommy. I'm like, okay, let's see if we can't find you one. So I got to get him a jacket. It's not really jacket season in Texas. So I don't know. I don't have an M. I mean, a L. I have B, O, 2 O's, and an M. And now that looks dumb. Just thinking about it, I don't want to do it. Let's move on. Let's just move on. Nothing to see here. Keep it moving. We'll work through it. We'll work right through that issue that I created for myself. So I'll just put this here. And I remember this lady. She's no longer with us, unfortunately. But she was talking about crafts, and she had showed something like this. And I always think about it. And it was damask, right? But it sounded like she said something else. And in the comment section, we wrote what we thought she said. Yes, I send my son has a uniform jacket though. Um, so as he's gotten older, all of the things that I had bought ahead of time, like when I saw him on clearance, had like Babies R Us and things like that. He's at the last bit of all the clothes that he um had when he was like 6 months or something like that I had purchased previous. And so now I am really, that would be cool. I don't have anything to go there though. I'm really like being more strategic. I had bought him a lot of pants that were size 6. He skipped the size 6 and went to size 7. So I bought him some 8s recently, and I was like, don't buy a bunch of 8s because he may skip an 8 and go to a 10. So I'm just, I'm trying to be more mindful of that he is a growing child and he may skip sizes. It's good that he has a uniform clothing for school, so I don't have to worry about it. But he has a lot of shorts and he wears shorts a lot. All right, so we got that. We won't put our little book inside of here because we don't want it to be covered up. We want this book to show. All right, so what we will do is just leave that. I thought I tore these out already. We're gonna just put some flowers here because these flowers have a scent to it and it gives me a headache sometimes. So I want to share the headache with whoever receives this. Oh my goodness. Yes, because we're blooming. Do I not? All right. So I want to use this, but when I use this on this desk that I'm using currently, it shakes the entire table. So I definitely will have to keep my word and do that offline. I went to Joann Fabric, I think, and they had some of these sticker books. Oh, don't fall, please, don't fall. On sale for, no, is it Hobby Lobby? Oh yeah, that is. I don't know. My husband is small, and so I thought I thought our son would be small, but my side of the family is not small. So I should have thought about that. He's tall. He's growing so quick, so quick. I'm gonna use this right here. Um, you. I'm a, I'm not even. I'm just gonna look at these stickers and find a word. I try to share everything. And if the headache, does that look good? No, that don't look good, do it? It don't look good. It look kind of dumb right there. Let's see. And I'm not gonna spell bloom and brown. That don't look good either. Let's put that back on there. You may not get the headache just because I get a headache. I mean, do you like the scent of flowers? What I was gonna say is this thing is at Hobby Lobby or Joann Fabric. The sticker price was $60, $50. I was like, I wish I would spend $50 on some stickers. I mean, but I'm not a planner lady, so I can't knock people for spending their money on what they like. Because I'm definitely gonna go buy some stuff I don't need, but I like it. Maybe. I put remember. Oh, let's remember not to waste stickers. Let's try that. It was supposed to be today. We'll just move on. Oh, let's try some encouraging words. Let's put you rock. Let's put you rock. Because I like these clear stickers that stick out. And then you can see the situation. See that? You rock. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna leave this blank. We're gonna leave that blank. We're gonna leave this uninhibited as well, except for a little. We're gonna make a tuck. And we're gonna do these two, right? Now I need a sheet of another size paper. You know, paper can be so annoying and then so wonderful at the same time. All right. Think. Here we go. Move this out the way. I always find that even if I have start off with a clean desk, I always feel like I work myself into like the tiniest of tiny corners. I need to throw that away. Ah, nuts. We're going to use it though. We could just use this right here. We didn't have to. I forget about my ephemera that I pulled out for this. So let's keep it moving. Let's turn. All right. Turn around. If you turn around and look at what you got, you might not do that. All right, so no. Yes. Friends. How many of us have them friends? All right, so we're going to put this right here because I think it goes well with that. And then we'll just tuck these underneath. Now, this might not stay in here because we haven't sewed in our signature yet, but we'll see. And we're going to put it. I like when I make tuck spots, I like to really use up almost the entire thing that I'm going to be using as the tuck spot, you know, like gluing it down. So people know not to pull it off and not mess with it per se. But sometimes people still do that. Now with a junk journal, this is a semi-naked junk journal. We do not want to overdo it because it's not our book. Like I'm not making this book for me. If I was to make a book for me, then that would be different, right? So you see, we're gonna leave that alone, and when we do our signature on Friday, we'll leave it as is. Okay, so now normally I would say you could put some lines here. What I should have done is when I printed these pages off, this paper in particular, I should have made it double-sided and printed some lines, but I didn't. That's my fault. So right here, you can see when we turn this page, it's like something going on. And we're going to cover this up just a little bit. So we're going to leave this blank as well for the person to write, you know, notes. And I have always been curious to figure out what journalers actually put in their journal, junk journals it is. I've seen people share their junk journals and they have such wonderful stuff in there. I'm like, ooh, that's a proper way to use a junk journal. All right, so we're going to do another little, I don't want to cover it up completely. If I did a belly band, what would we put in there? So we're just going to do another pocket real quick. We having a party? Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to just do this and this. I'm thinking about pulling out the sewing machine, not for this project, but in the future. So it'll be a project share because I do not want to have to fix the camera angles and all the other stuff to do that. So we got this. We have lined paper and then blank. And we have this crazy centerpiece. And we are going to tone this down a slight amount, just a slight amount. We're going to put this on this side. Travel memories. Perfect day. One of a kind. No, I like, no. All right. We're going to leave this alone for now. I may make a photo mat and go from there. You'll see. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish this last one up. And then when we come back on Friday, what we will have is 3 completed signatures. And we will move on from there. Actually, I think we are good here. What do y'all think? What are y'all thinking? How are you feeling about our journal so far? Anyone thinking like, I like that journal? That's a cool journal? Or are we kind of like, oh, what in the world is going on with that? So Friday we will be finishing this up, and we're just going to do the signatures on Friday. And next week, next Tuesday, I think we're going to do some, I don't know, jewelry maybe. And we got to put this in here some kind of way. So we'll put that in there. I love this page. I love that page a lot. We may replicate this on the other cover, the middle cover. Or we may put something on the outside here. So when we do our signature, it'll be very good. And, you know, you can make it as bulky as you want because we're using a cereal box. So y'all have any questions for me? Y'all, my country is coming out. Do you all have any questions, comments, thoughts? Anything you want me to add that I haven't added to it? No comments, no thoughts. I want to say thank y'all for watching. I had a great time today. I enjoyed all of it, the shenanigans, the laughs. I think Marla is the MVP of the day. I don't have anything for the MVPs, but I do want to say thank you for watching, coming and hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. Nix, I will be contacting you later, or if you already wrote me, then that's fine. I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.